Good morning to you both. Yes, I'm holding the fort here in Salford for us this morning to talk about this story where more than 2,000 disabled people are employed and supported by Remploy at over 50 sites across the UK, but their future is currently unknown. Remploy was founded back in 1946, part of the welfare state, and intended to support disabled workers and injured war soldiers into work after the war. Fast forward 65 years and a government-commissioned report has concluded that many of the Remploy factory sites are expensive and outdated. Well, 27 factories are set to close, threatening more than 1,400 jobs, the vast majority of which are held by people with physical, mental or sensory disabilities. Well, some politicians say that this is a bad plan at a bad time, but charities working with disabled people have welcomed the move. I'm joined now by Jane Cordell, who's from Disability Rights UK, and she's also joining me with her lip reader, Tony. Good morning to you both. In terms of this story and the closures, do you think it's fair that this is happening? Because there obviously are strikes and protests by a lot of the workers at the moment.
Disability Rights UK doesn't support segregated workplaces. Nobody would blame any individual for the situation at the moment, but the fact is that these are failing factories. You mentioned the cost in your introduction, so each worker of the 1,500 who are being made redundant, costing about £25,000 a year. For the same amount of money through the government's Access to Work scheme, you could support about 8 people in mainstream work and 8 disabled people, and those people will be contributing to the economy. Yep. The Treasurer says that for every £1 they spend for Access to Work, the mainstream scheme, they get about £1.48 back through national insurance and income tax, so it gives a better opportunity for disabled people to contribute. That's important when half of us are unemployed compared to about 80% of non-disabled people.
There are the union Unite and GMB are both very critical of the Access to Work, and also we're in a difficult time at the moment, in a recession. A lot of these factories in areas of high unemployment. Do you think that is fair? It's going to be very difficult for the workers.
It's a difficult situation for everybody, and that's why with tremendous economic pressures it's much more important that available resources are used in the best possible way to create the maximum opportunities for people with disabilities.
What do you think the other options are for them then? For the workers?
Well, I understand the government setting aside about £8 million to support those workers who are being made redundant. So that's quite generous. And I think with that support in the right direction, there are plenty of opportunities out there. Disabled people, charities, disabled people's organisations want to be able to work in the workplace, want to make their own choices for work. I think it's unacceptable to suggest that disabled people can only work in factories. We don't segregate, for example, other groups. We don't have factories. They're only for gay people or for women or for black people. We shouldn't do the same with disabled people.
OK, well, thank you for your time this morning, Jen, and also thank you for your time as well, Tony. For now, back to you both.